Hello everyone. The topic of this video is forecasting using time series model. My objective behind creating this video is really to show you how to work out different formulas and equations within Excel so that you can forecast using different time series approaches. What I have here is about 10 months of data starting May through February of the following year, and the actual sales data is given to me. So let's say I sold 100 units in May, 93 units in June, 96 units in July, and so on. So this is the actual data that is given to me. Now, if I need to forecast my demand using a naive forecast for, let's say, the March of the following year, what I would do is, using my naive forecast, it's simply the actual of the previous time period. That's it. Right? So the forecast for March of the following year would be the actual of the following year. If I had to forecast for June, given the data for May, that is what my forecast would look like. I can simply reference it to the previous one and then just copy this all over. Right? So this is my naive forecast. It really says if it rained today, it will rain tomorrow. So that's how it works out the forecast. With a 3-month simple moving average, it's a simple moving average. Since it's 3 months, we'll use 3 months of past data and forecast from the next month onwards. Right? So if I need to forecast for August, which is my 4th month, I would simply take an average of the previous 3. If instead of 3 months, it says 4 months, if instead of 3 months it says 4 months or 6 months, you can just take those many previous periods and continue. So let's say I have 3 months here. So the first forecast I can make is really for the 4th period. So that would be the average of the previous 3. And that's really my forecast. If I need to forecast for, let's say, March of the following year, it would be the actual of the average of the actual 3 months of data. Right? I can reduce my decimals here, and that's good enough. Moving on to the weighted moving average. Again, it's a 3-month moving average, so I'll consider 3 months of data. 3 weights are given to me, 1, 2, and 5. Now, based on this approach, the heaviest weight always goes to the most recent time period. So if I were to make a forecast here for August, it would be the most recent time period times 5 plus the next recent period times the second heaviest weight plus the first month of data times the last weight divided by the sum of the weights, which is 1 plus 2 plus 5. Right? And that's really my forecast. If you want, you can put another bracket here just to make sure things are the way you want them. And that's your 3-month weighted moving average. We can further reduce the decimal here. It just lessens any confusion. Moving on to the 4th one, exponential smoothing. My formula here is the forecast for the next time period, which is t plus 1 equals alpha times the actual in the previous time period plus 1 minus alpha times the forecast in the previous time period. So that's the formula that we are going to use for this. It is given to me that F3 is 95, so that's my seed value. I'll begin forecasting from this point onwards. Given that my alpha is 0.45, so my forecast for the 4th period would be alpha times actual in the 3rd period plus 1 minus alpha times the forecast in the previous time period. Alpha AT plus 1 minus alpha FT. And then I can simply drag the formula and compute my forecast for the following months. Right? So far we have done 4 of the 5: naive, simple moving, weighted moving, and exponential smoothing. The last one that is remaining here is the trend analysis. For trend, we'll go into data analysis, choose regression. Actually, one thing we need to do before we do all this is we need to give a serial number here. Our computer cannot understand what is May, June, July. It only works with numbers. So I have 10 months of actual data. So data analysis, regression. My y-axis is my actual demand, and my x-axis is the time, my number of months, right? If you want, you can select an output range and you can click on line fit plot, but we'll just leave it as a new worksheet and line fit plots, okay? And you would see that in the output, it would give you an intercept and a x variable. So if I were to make an equation out of this, it would look y equals 104.867 minus 0.63 times x, where x is the number of months. So let's say if I want to forecast for the 10th month, I put x equals 10, and that would be the forecast for the 10th month. So I can copy this from here. Let me just put it separately so that there is no referencing here. You can just type in if you want. And instead of this, we can put as 3, right? Because my number of month is 100 is 3. So that's my forecast using my trend analysis, right? Hope this video helps. If you have any questions, let me know, but I hope this small video helps. Thank you. Bye-bye.